Well, this is how things went down today in the state of Tamil Nadu. Even as the controversy continues to shadow Tamil superstar Vijay's political thriller Sarkar, there is interim relief for the director of the film. AIADMK, the Madras High Court, has granted protection from the arrest to Sarkar director till the 27th of November. Murgados had filed an anticipatory bail plea after Tamil Nadu police had visited the filmmaker's Chennai house late last night and apparently kept on banging at his door. The production house of the film claims that the police tried to arrest the filmmaker last night. They also claim that the cast and crew is being targeted even after the government's demand being met. Mind you, the protests that are taking place across the state of Tamil Nadu against this film, Sarkar, is not a fringe group. These are not random elements, fringe elements who are protesting the film. Possibly one can remember Padmavati, where a lot was given to the fringe elements. This time around, this is the state of Tamil Nadu government, the AIADMK incumbent government, which is taken to the streets, vandalizing theatres, even though the film has been cleared by the censor board. I want to immediately bring in my colleague Lokpriya, who's joining us live with the very latest updates coming in on the story. Lokpriya, it's up to you. Would you get us up to speed with the very latest that is getting in? Even as we speak, there are sporadic incidents of violence being reported across the state of Tamil Nadu by the government cadre, AIADMK cadre.
Well, yes, Preeti, it's indeed unfortunate that it is the ruling party that has indulged in these kind of violent acts by attacking theatres, tearing down posters of the movie. They have vehemently opposed the movie on 3 counts. One is the fact that the movie has allegedly criticized the freebie culture, and the second one is the reference to the earlier name of former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha, which is referred as Komalavalli in this particular movie. And the latest information that we are getting is that the Tamil Nadu Information Minister Kadambur Raju has confirmed to India today that the matter is now resolved and the AIADMK cadre will not indulge in any more protests, primarily because the movie has been recensored. Now,
give us the political angle to this all. Just give us a political angle to this all. There is also controversy because possibly the producer is connected to the DMK.
Well, yes, definitely. That is also one of the reasons why the AIADMK wants to take up this issue, because the AIADMK wants to show to the people that it does have a vibrant cadre who exposes its causes. And remember, Vijay is not an ordinary actor. He does have large fan following, and he also nurses political ambitions. That also primarily becomes the reason why the AIADMK is attacking the theatres and why they are very upset with the movie. But what we must understand is that when BJP opposed actor Vijay's Mersal movie last year, it only ended up...
Yes. All right. We seem to have lost Lokpriya there. But what Lokpriya is trying to indicate is that this has happened before. This happened when the BJP opposed the film Mersal. We're going to give you, a brief on the comparisons between what is playing out right now, the AIADMK vis-a-vis Mersal with the Bharatiya Janata Party. But having said that, let's get you the story. Buckling under political pressure, the producers of the film Sarkar decided to make 4 controversial cuts to the film. This is after the film was cleared by the censor board. These are voluntary cuts. This after the film upset the incumbent EPS-OPS government, triggering protests across the state. Police complaints and acts of vandalism have been recorded through the day. Take a look at this report.
The apparent criticism of the Tamil Nadu government and alleged digs at late Jayalalitha in the film haven't gone down well with the ruling AIADMK. A fuming AIADMK Sarkar lashed out at the superstar Sarkar, pledging legal action for defaming Jaya. The film strongly criticizes the government's policies and schemes. This will instigate the people to indulge in violence. Forcing the producers of Sarkar to buckle under political pressure, the makers have agreed to delete controversial scenes which show the mixer grinders are being distributed as freebies from the film. The climb down by producers came after the AIADMK workers vandalized a theatre in Coimbatore and tore up large posters outside a cinema hall in Chennai. A police complaint was filed against film's director A.R. Murugadas, accusing him of targeting the Tamil Nadu government.
Sarkar, though, has been received well by the audience in the state. We're seeing that the political fraternity has not taken the movie lightly. A lot of the AIADMK cadres and senior members have been protesting against the movie and even have been threatening the makers of the film with dire consequence. Already a police complaint has been filed against AR Murugadas, stating that he has to be booked under charges of terrorism for instilling violence and acting against the interest of the state government.
Amid the face-off, actors in Sarkar hit back at the EPS Sarkar.
The government is totally corrupt, and they had been trained by Jayalalitha like that. For the past 20-30 years, the public life, corruption in public life, it was because of Jayalalitha.
Tamil Nadu's newly minted netas too have jumped into the row. As many as 4 movies starring superstar Vijay have had run-ins with the current AIADMK government. The list includes blockbuster Thupakki and 2017 super hit Marcel.
Any criticism, any small criticism or allegation leveled against them or their policies hits them hard.
The climb down by producers further reiterates the fact that our politicians are not bound by law, and even a clearance from censor board can't ensure creative freedom. With Akshaya and Lokapriya in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
So the film Sarkar was cleared by the censor board. The AIADMK protested, said the film would not be allowed to release, and 4 voluntary cuts were made. Even despite those 4 voluntary cuts by the producers, protests rage on in the state of Tamil Nadu. But mind you, this is not the first time that film producers have bowed down to political compulsions. Let's just take you back in the state of Tamil Nadu, an eerie reminder where the BJP protested the film Marcel. Mind you, had the same actor, Vijay, in it. And what played out there? What are the similarities that the AIADMK is actually facing with Sarkar that the BJP burnt its hands on with Marcel? Number one, it put the spotlight on the film and piqued viewer interest. A lot of viewers who didn't want to see the film actually went to see what the big deal was. Marcel went on to become a 250 crore blockbuster hit. Mind you, it started off slow. Viewer interest was piqued, the political controversy put a spotlight on it, and it went on to garner 250 crores, making it the 3rd Tamil film to ever do so. Deleted scenes on BJP's insistence went viral. Mind you, jog back your memory, Marcel had those scenes about the GST, where the BJP government had introduced. Those scenes were deleted, they went viral online. Similarly, even with this particular film, Sarkar, the 4 deleted scenes are already going viral online. There are memes being created around them. People wanting to know what was the big deal about those scenes. So, hasn't BJP's objections, which had backfired with the film Marcel, the same thing happening with the film Sarkar right now? AIADMK's entire political controversy over the film could possibly backfire. The film is doing exceedingly well. It was in fact panned by the critics, but the controversy has led and given a big impetus to the film. And on the other hand, further fueled the popularity of actor Vijay. Marcel made him extremely popular as an actor who challenges status quo, and now Sarkar only adding to that image, that popularity. I want to bring in at this point of time actor Kasturi is joining us from the Chennai studio. And Kasturi, how do you read all of this? Putting the political spotlight on a film, if we do a comparison with Marcel, similar, very similar with what is happening with Sarkar.
It's almost a replay of last year. Last year, Marcel was the Diwali release here for Vijay, and this year it's Sarkar. There were no bones being made about it. It wasn't a secret that Sarkar was going to be a politically charged film. It's an out-and-out political movie. People knew that. I guess till the movie released, the AIADMK powers that be didn't have an idea of how much criticism the movie targeted towards what they perceive as their own government. The Tamil Nadu government right now. I think it's a big deal for them for 3 reasons. Number one, Vijay. Vijay is not an upcoming actor. He is the top star in Tamil Nadu. So whatever movie that has Vijay criticizing the current government, that's a big deal. So it is, I understand how the ruling party would consider that.
We're going to ask our producers, Kasturi, hold on to that thought. We'll ask our producers to play those graphics again of the comparison between Marcel and Sarkar, because that is what it's coming down to. Both had Vijay in it. Yes, Kasturi, continue.
Yeah. Okay, are you doing that?
Yes, we're doing that. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's Vijay. I think the first point is Vijay. He's a top star. And when he mouths criticisms, when his movie carries criticism of a government that can be perceived as the current government, that's a problem for the current government, number one. Number two, the filmmakers are Sun Pictures. I mean, that's clearly a DMK connection there. So anything that is part of the movie is going to be definitely considered premeditated criticism on the current government. I actually think it was planned. I think it's not all accidental. I think Sun Pictures definitely has a strategy in getting a top star to launch a critical vehicle of the current government. I do think that is planned, and that is in their rights. They are completely in their rights to use propaganda as they wish. Violence is not the way to deal with that, number two. And number three, the third biggest reason seems to be Komala Valli. I think that was uncalled for. There are 10 million names in India, but they had to settle for Komala Valli. That's a very thinly veiled reference to Ms. Jayalalitha. If that had not been there, the movie could have been passed off as any other political movie. But
so, Kasturi, what I'm going to do is, at the back of that how similar these two situations were. The Bharatiya Janata Party faced it with when they opposed Marcel, burned their hands on it. It was a huge fiasco because the film went on to be a blockbuster. Is a similar line going to storyboard going to play with the film Sarkar? The questions we're putting forth onto the point this evening. Number one, no lessons learned, it seemed, by the AIADMK over BJP's Marcel fiasco. The second question, we are asking, are political objections bigger than the censor board certificate? Because the censor board cleared Sarkar, then 4 voluntary cuts were made again by the producers. That brings us to the final question. Will politicians decide what people will watch? Let me quickly take you across to our guest. We have Sridhar Pillai, he's a film critic. I have Muralidharan Sivalingam, he's an AIADMK supporter. I have C. Rajasekhars, advocate and founder, Voice of Tamil Nadu. And we just had Kasturi, who's an actor, giving us the perspective on which way the kind of protest that we are seeing will have an impact on the film. But Muralidharan Sivalingam, the question I'd like to ask you is, wouldn't you reckon this will backfire? You saw it in the case of Marcel. When the BJP wanted certain scenes to be cut, they went viral online. The film, which wasn't supposedly apparently going to do so well, went on to collect a whopping 250 crores at the box office. Would this not backfire?
What do you mean by backfire? I really don't understand.
I'll tell you what I mean by backfire. This film could have possibly passed off without much attention. You've put the spotlight right on it. People who don't want to watch it will possibly want to go and see what the big deal is about.
See, Preeti, what you need, this is the disconnect with Delhi and Chennai, You still don't understand us. This movie started with a controversy. That is when the Murugadas, the director, went and stole a script from another person. It's a stolen, very second-graded script. And he was not expecting it to be a hit. And when they finished the movie, they realized they need some masala because this movie is not going to fly. So whom do we take a dig at? Last time we did it with the BJP. So this time let's do it with ADMK. So that was the plot. And unfortunately...
But you've fallen for the plot then.
By Marans,
Hasn't the AIADMK fallen hook, line and sinker for that plot, Mr. Sivalingam?
We are not fallen for the plot.
If this was the plot, you've walked directly in it.
Not at all. Not at all.
Marcel was a huge hit because you said they planned the film around the BJP last time. This time is the AIADMK. You've directly fallen for it.
Wait, let me explain. You're not letting me explain. No, I need to explain, right? So, when they decide to when they decide to do this, But a subtle criticism of the government, of our policies, I don't think anybody would have got angry, anybody would have taken to the street. But what irked us is a few things. What Kasturi said is, one is definitely taking the erstwhile Chief Minister's name, Komalavalli, who's a dead person. Now that's not the right thing to do, and she's a legend on herself. You can't do that to, and she's from the same fraternity. Don't forget that. These are all movie guys, and they should have mutual respect, which they don't have. That's what happened. Next, the freebies. We're talking about grinders, mixies, and cycles for girls. Only poor people who have enjoyed that. Have you seen a person who receives a free mixie and a grinder? Have you seen the smile in those faces? The poor people, who don't have, 3 times meal? This is something great this lady has invented. And that was her charisma. She did it for the poor people.
Okay.
And, they decide to take a dig at her. Can we do that to Mr. Karunanidhi? Can we do this to Mr. Karunanidhi?
Mr. Sivalingam, as I bring in Mr. Pillai, but the fact is this film was cleared by the censor board. There's something called the rule of law. There's also something called having the thick skin. If you're in politics, you should be open to criticism, even if it comes via the diameters of cinema. Sridhar Pillai, as a film critic, does this film...
I'll draw a parallel, Preeti. I'll draw a parallel. We had the Supreme Court verdict on Sabarimala and Jallikattu. People are still dissenting.
Okay.
When people are not happy, they will dissent. And these are hard-earned...
Fair enough. Can I bring in Sridhar Pillai?
Obviously, they are angry.
Sridhar Pillai, does the film actually deserve the kind of attention? Because I'm sure you watched the film. Does it deserve the kind of attention it's actually garnering? And do you think the AIADMK might want the people not to see the film, but it's possibly going to backfire? It will pique your interest.
No, I personally feel that that there's a lot of things to be changed in the censor's certification and the censor board itself. It should be India is different states put together, and each state has its own problem. So as I see it, film should be given, regional film should be given certification only in Chennai, and this will help, because then the local sentiments and all these things can be seen before the release of the film. And there was rumors before, at the time of Sarkar audio launch itself, there were rumors that this film contains a lot of political attack against the ruling party. They could have just, at the time of censor itself, they could have mentioned it to the censor office that we would like to see this film. There have been cases like that previously also, that people have watched a film before, various other boards, and then said, no, we object to certain scenes in this, or we don't want it to be given a certificate. They got the U certificate, the film released, and then they make their protest to it. That I don't think that's really fair about it.
But, I'll bring in C. Rajasekhars, because there is this point of view. Let just, if that was to happen with what our film critic is trying to suggest there, then what will happen is that every state will start demanding cuts, censored films. It happened in the case not very far long, if you're talking about Rajasthan, in the case of the film Padmavati, where the Karni Sena wanted certain cuts in it. Then it's open to interpretation by each and every state. What happens, C. Rajasekharan, to free speech then?
Deepthi, I stand by Article 19(1)(a) of our Indian Constitution. I go by whatever the law says. I agree with what the Central Board of Film Certification issues certificate. Here, there is a catch. See, this movie has criticized not only the former chief ministers and their welfare schemes. They have insulted the people of the state, because the freebies, the welfare schemes were rolled out to the poor, the downtrodden, the needy, the majority people of Tamil Nadu. See, the literacy rate in Tamil Nadu is 85 to 90%. 80% are women and 85% are men out of 7.5 crores. See, because the literacy rate has gone so high, because of Kamaraj's free education, free noon meal, and later on it was followed by great Annadurai, MGR.
See, Rajasekharan, I'll bring in Kasturi in this conversation. What's the big deal? As per that then, when the Congress opposed the film Aamhi in the 70s, it was right. When Indira was blocked a year ago, it was right. What happens to free speech? It's high time our politicians developed a thicker skin. Kasturi.
Deepthi, please allow me to finish.
Yes, sir. Finish and I'll bring in Kasturi. Make your point.
No, please allow me to finish. Please allow me to finish. Deepthi, please allow me. Deepthi, may I answer that?
Sir, my
May I
name is
rebut?
Preeti, but make your point.
Excuse me. Yeah, Preeti, first, please understand. See, majority of these actors, these directors are not so literate. So that is a problem. Most of them are school dropouts or college dropouts. They don't understand the pulse of the people. They don't understand Tamil Nadu. See, I am majority. I am not making direct acquisition on anybody. There may be some qualified doctors.
Who are we
in the
to
actors'
decide?
fraternity.
No.
Some few
Who
may
are
be
we to
engineers.
get into this
But that
classist
doesn't mean
debate
that
of
they
who's
don't understand
educated
the
and who's
pulse
not
of the people.
educated? No,
Because
sir.
you are an
I take
actor,
great
you
offense. I'll
can't
bring in
take things
Kasturi.
for
Who are we to
granted.
decide who's educated,
See, I'll
what
tell
their level of education is, whether they are capable of making a sensitive film or not? The benchmark
See,
is
this
the
is the
censor
problem of
board. The
understanding.
censor
I'm only
board
meaning
needs to have
the
the final
problem of
say.
understanding.
Kasturi.
Yeah,
A final word,
Deepthi,
Kasturi,
at
come
the
in.
end of the day, at the end of the day, people can have, there are two perspectives to this problem. Yes, the film does take several digs at the ruling party, especially the late Miss Jayalalitha's scheme. So, that is sensitive. That's the whole point that the filmmakers were going for, because the filmmakers are the opposition party, and this movie is clearly intended as a vehicle of their political views in some degree. So, frankly, the AIADMK should have taken preventive steps, perhaps. They should have been a little more alert if they suspected something, about the movie. I mean, it's coming from the DMK stable. I mean, Sun Pictures is not completely DMK, but, it's coming from the Maran Brothers stable. They should have, they should have been, and after the audio launch, things were pretty clear that it was a political movie. They should have taken steps then. The movie is censored. It's got a use certificate. It's come out. Now, the way to counter it is not by hooliganism and violence, because now it's looking even worse when ministers start bad-mouthing the actors.
I need to close the show. All right. Okay, I appreciate our panelists for joining us. We're running out of time, but ultimately, what is the bottom line? The bottom line is the rule of law. The censor board cleared the film. If we are going to get into respecting sensibilities and the north-south divide, then what about the film Padmavati, when Rajasthan, Karni Sena in Rajasthan was in protest of it? Well, if you start pandering to regional aspirations, then what happens to the rule of law? That's the question we leave our viewers with.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.